Memories in Orbit starts off in a digital place with an unseen person talking to me. They spoke vaguely about a person and a place, saying how beautiful and vast they were, and wondered how much longer they had to live. I'm then carried off by wire. I wake up on a table with this cockroach guy looking at me. He leaves and then I go wander around this dilapidated place. What? Hello? What? Yo. What the fuck just happened? After that happened, I continue and reach the severed spine. I find an overseer that appears to be injured, that's these guys in the robes, but I can't talk to him, so I ignore him. I find an eye stove replaced, and after exploring for a little bit, I find someone stuck in a door. Their name is Rad. They got stuck when chasing someone who stole their hat they got from their boss, Mel. Rad gives me a modifier that lets me see enemy health and leaves. I go back to the spine place, and I can now talk to the injured overseer. His name is She, and he tells me that this used to be a great place, and the pond we are in used to power everything, but it has gone dry and keeps him blind. So are you. This is you. I'm fine. I offer my this shit to fill the pond. He thanks me, saying he can see again, and offers for me to look through his eyes. But I need more of that stuff, so I leave to get more. I die, my Narky automatically gets offered, and I see a vision. Damn it. Alright, where's my respawn point?
Wake up. Come to me.
Freaky. And after that, I head back out into the ice and meet this person, Mel. She tells me she can sell me some stuff at the shop next to She. I continue on and find the first boss, Aegis. After the fight, I get to this room with a closed pipe. After I open it, Samsix responds, thanking me for finding it, and asks if I've seen Tomo. Obviously I haven't, but he offers to upgrade me for opening the pipe. Come closer, I won't bite. Hey, you're the guy at the beginning. Ooh. Yeah, it's a little weird. Uh-oh. I'm set back up in this digital place again, and the text in the background talks about how cold it is and it used to be warm. After that, I get the hairpinning ability, which is basically a grappling hook. After that, I head back to the Nexus, that's the spine place, and find a Silo Access badge. I offer more narcotics to She, and he tells me it's enough, and he begins to repair the network. With the network restored, She tells me that someone named the Heart is dying. He wants me to save the Heart because without her, the vessel will lose power and will all die. He tells me to seek out the Pearls, who are the guardians of this place. There are 6 pearls: the spine, the breath, the blood, the eye, the hand, and the heart. I go back to the icy place and find another boss fight, and after beating him, I find the Metropolis. But there's not really anything to do here right now, so I leave. I go back to the Nexus and use my silo key on one of the doors and find the feral undergrowth. The feral undergrowth is overgrown. Lots of vines and branches have ruined this place, and there's a liquid called gloom water that can kill you. While walking through the undergrowth, I find a traveler's log. The log talks about how the traveler has been able to stargaze for the first time upon boarding the spaceship. They say it makes them realize how wrong things were at home and hopes their new home will have plenty of stars for their children. And further ahead, I find the boss for this area, and after beating him, he spits out a guy that can tell me lore stuff. I look behind the boss and I find a passport. God damn it.
Passepartout.
I then start looking for the door that I can open now. I find another of Samsek's pipes, open it, and unlock dodging. Here, the voice talked about how they used to play in the palace as a child, and how it made them feel safe. Next to the pipe, I find a letter from Tomo to Samsek, which is actually their second letter. Tomo writes that she's making progress on what's triggering the decay in some units. But the only thing she has found is that the disappearance of the travelers didn't have anything to do with it. I talked to this librarian, Estrogen, and he tells me that inside this ball is the spine, the master of the network. But he has been silent for a while, and he will speak when we are ready. I wander around some more, trying to find where to go next. I continue my search by going back to the undergrowth. Oh shit. Damn. Right, there we go. I come across the haven here, a lush garden with elegant buildings and more gloom water. I also find another one of Tomo's letters. They write that the decay is not contagious and can only spread from a wired connection because the network is down.
Whoops.
I find another boss, and after the fight, I open another one of Samsek's pipes and get another upgrade allowing me to recharge my energy by hitting things. Here, the text talks about how the vessel bears life, and how the travelers and the pearls are the safekeepers for the next generations. I explore around the haven a bit more with my new mobility, finding some platforming puzzles. Well, there's not many platforms, but yeah. I find a candle after one of the puzzles, so that's fun. I keep exploring and I find a room that's very destroyed. Broken shard. Reminisce.
Go, my dear.
Who are you?
Save the heart.
I'm trying. Die. After that, I go back to the Nexus and she congratulates me on obtaining the voice of the eye and attunes it. Before I leave, I run into Ati here. She tells me that this ship once had a purpose and restoring it should be our priority. What you should be striving for is elsewhere. The ship once had a purpose. That is where we need to spend our efforts. Goddammit, you dumbass. I then go back to the metropolis and climb the wall. I make it into the city and explore around for a bit and find a chest. What is? Oh my god! It's a boss fight. After beating him, I find an old-fashioned key. Up ahead is the Sanctum of the Blood, but the librarian says he doesn't let any machines in. Ooh! I guess that's a no then. So I leave and use the key to open the door to a little museum. It has an elevator that leads to the underground metropolis. I also talk to this guy down here and he gives me a candle. I explore the underground for a bit, but I don't find much except for one of Mel's helpers. I then leave and go back to the haven. On my way there, I give a candle to the eye. In the haven, I fight some guys that unlock a chest with another candle inside. Right next to that is one of Mel's helpers being attacked by these chameleon things. Not much else there. Oh hey. After a little bit of exploring, I go back to the eye and give it a candle, and this time I get a vision. Ooh.
Come. I need you.
Damn, hold up. Take me to dinner first at least.
Meet me.
Damn, freaky bitch.
Time is running out.
At this point, I didn't really know where to go until I eventually found a bell tower's visitor pass. So I went off to the bell tower and found one of Samsek's pipes, and he gave me a gliding upgrade. Here, the text talked about how they loved being up high so they could see the stars. I used the glide to explore more of the haven, and then I find the promenade. Ah! I was looking at the text, I wasn't paying attention to what was in front of me. It's a much darker place, with corrupted robots and flower monsters. I find an elevator that leads me down to Redacted. I find part of a serial number down there, but I can't do anything else here yet, so I leave. I explore some more and find the next boss, this slime drill thing. I kill it and go back to exploring and almost immediately find the next boss, this deer thing. After fighting him, I go into a large room and find the breath and take her voice.
Will you give back what you
Maybe.
have been gifted?
Give back? No. Well, getting everything?
It is little. Have my voice.
Eh.
Do what you please with it. I don't care.
Freaky. Hey, is she dead? Is that why the other one didn't want to open for me? I go back to Ashi to attune the breath, then head to the Metropolis underground and explore new areas with my gliding. But before I leave, I see Ati and Shi arguing. Shi says that looking for the coordinates is a waste of time and we should be focusing on the journey ahead. While Ati argues that the journey was never the point and recovering the coordinates should be our priority. Exploring down here, I find a candle, and after some time, I find the boss. And my recording stopped before I could beat the boss, and after I got the Strider ability from Samsek, but whatever, it's fine, nothing really happened. Well, that's fucking annoying. Why did the recording stop? Well, it wasn't stopped for too long, I mean, it didn't capture me beating the guy, or me finding out this thing. And no, I'm not going back and seeing what the text said. If you want to know, play the game yourself. But regardless, I climb out of there with my new ability. Being able to move around the fans with the hair legs, I get shot up back to the Metropolis. But before I leave, I find another traveler's log. This log says to heed the words of the voices, but an impure touch will anger them and trap your soul. What does that mean for me having the voices? I don't know. I use the hair walking to find some new stuff, and I get another candle. I make it to the upper area of the Metropolis and find this broken elevator, which I can't do anything with. And a few seconds later, I lose another health. Permanently. What? What, again? Oh my god. Ugh. On the other side of the upper area, there's more platforming, and at the end of it, there's an overseer and a door blocked off by some magic goo. It's a beautiful day in the city today. Let's stay here forever. I don't know, when I first walked up to him, I had like the massive urge just to push him off. I freed the last of Mel's helpers, then go back to the blood now that I can use my leg hairs to stop myself from being blown back.
Turn back.
No.
We don't want you here.
Well, I want to be here, and I don't really give a shit about your opinion.
Do not come any closer.
Oh, I'm gonna come so close.
Do not
Oh, I am.
look at us.
Let me see them titties. That dick. After taking the blood's voice, I go back to the Nexus to attune it.
Are we forgiven now?
Maybe. I then go back to the eye and give it another candle. After I give it both my candles, I get a vision that I can actually walk around in. I walk through some ruined corridors as a voice tells me this world is dying and we will die with it. I reach an elevator. Before I can go up it, the vision ends. And at this point, I'm pretty lost. I start wandering around a lot until I find another redacted place. There's lasers and floating mines here, and platforming. Lots of platforming. As a matter of fact, the redacted places have the most difficult platforming, so there's that. I find 2 more serial numbers here, and nothing else. So I go back to wandering. And then I finally find where I actually need to go. Back to the first redacted place, I can climb on these metal grates in the background. Which I didn't know I can do, but whatever. I only wasted like 3 hours, it's fine. And after some more platforming, I find this. There's a slight delay before you can use your abilities when you get hit. Ooh. Dr. Hayden's employment ledger. Current assistant. Peepoo. It's probably pronounced Peepo, but I have the maturity level of a child, so it's Peepoo. After becoming Halen's assistant, I leave. I go back to the promenade and enter the door that needs me to be their assistant. Ooh. Whoa. Oh, there's a thingy there. I'm gonna have to climb my way back up at some point. Jesus. Quiet. Oh. Never mind. Down at the bottom of the elevator, I reach the vaults. All the doors are locked, so I enter a pipe and walk along it, past a lot of different rooms. This whole place is flooded by gloom water, and after a bit more walking, I find Dr. Halen in the lab. Yeah, Dr. Halen is also the Hand. The Hand is not happy to see me, so she kicks me out.
And don't come back.
And after that, I take up the elevator and Mel is gone. Red tells me that the Hand sent hand spiders to attack the Nexus and took Mel. I talk to She and he says that fighting her might be the only way to get the Hand to listen. I go up to the spine just because, and I now see that I can open the spine shell. Oh, I didn't think that would actually open. What? Empty? I go back down to the vault and Rad is there. He opens one of the doors, hoping I can find Mel. There's more gloom water, more pipes, and I find a candle here. There's this guy, Goliath here. He got lost and decided to stay and write a story, and he'll leave once he's done. But I need to keep going, so I move on, fight these saw guys, and find another one of Samsek's pipes. Here, the text talks about a place below the vessel, and that it moves it, and how they wish they could feel the beat of the heart. I get an upgrade that lets me shoot out this thing when I hit a lantern thing, and these specific enemies. Next to Samsek's pipe is the last note from Tomo. They write that they found out the pearls are made of gloom water, and so are the other machines, which is why the decay happens. Tomo decides to go back to the crucible, where the pearls were made. I'm now able to explore more of the vault, and I run to this guy, Sawlong, who was the bane of my existence for about an hour and a half. But after all that, I make it back to the lab and fight Halen. After defeating Halen, I offer another candle to the eye and return to She for the pearl. I went back down to the vault to see if I could find Mel. Down there, I find one of Mel's helpers and a finger. I go to take the finger to the broken hand at the lab, but on my way there, she interrupts me, wanting me to fight Atty. But I just ignore him and continue to see what happens with the finger. I use the finger to repair the hand and it spins the whole vault. It's a whole puzzle with the wheel, but I didn't have what I needed to solve it, so I leave and look for more of the candles. I search around for a few minutes and find a candle that I take to the eye and get another vision. It continues the vision I had before. As I ride the elevator up, the voice tells me that there was a land promised to the travelers, but they could never make good on that promise, and the travelers are gone. If nothing is done, then the legacy of the travelers will die with the vessel. The vision ends as I leave this room. So I go back to looking for more candles and I come across a familiar place. Oh my god. Deja vu indeed. The Celestial Bay looks the same as it did in the vision, except it's in ruins. I reach where the elevator is, but it's completely destroyed. I climb up the broken shaft and exit the room I saw in the vision. Oh. Shit. Eyes remains. Just before I leave, I see there's a spot I missed, so I go and check it out. It's a big room and there's reports made from some space explorers. The reports are about planets outside of their home solar system. In over 10 reports and decades of searching, none of the planets were habitable. Each one of them had something wrong that made survival impossible. At the end of the room, there's an elevator, and I take it up to an observatory. The only thing here is a massive telescope and a console. The console has analyzed the planet, number 18,054, and this planet is habitable, but the coordinates are corrupted. The console tells me that the coordinates were downloaded by someone named Ember, then deleted almost 300 years ago. Then Atty appears. She tells me that she has known this for some time, knowing that the coordinates have been lost, but she was still hoping that somehow she could find them. Atty desperately wants to find the coordinates, but she doesn't know how to get them. I head back down having found everything here, and I go back to the vaults to see if I can find Mel. And on my way there, I lose another health. I'm so eager to discover all the things that have changed. Huh. Oh, you kidding me? I'm losing another. Bro, I'm losing so much health, dog. This ain't even funny. I think I lost all my original health points. I find Mel and she's being guarded by this Tubbo here. And after I free her, Mel is very grateful. Don't expect a thank you. I didn't ask for your help. I feel like I should have let you. I then look around for some candles, but can't find any more. So I go back to the Nexus and fight Atty. And after a long battle, I beat Atty. I take the voice of the spine from Atty. Then I descend down the spine to the bottom of the vessel. Down here, I find the heart, weak and dying. The heart hears the voices I have with me and is thankful I brought them.
Thank you.
She takes the voices from me and uses them to stay alive for a little bit longer.
Hold on. I won't let this world go. Not yet.
When Mio gave the voices, she also gave her life, sacrificing herself for the good of the vessel, and so that the heart can continue to carry it on.
To you.
And with that, the vessel continued on without me.
Rest well, Mio.
But I wasn't satisfied. I still didn't know what was going on with the candles or what happened to the coordinates. So I went back and looked for the rest of the candles. I've spent hours searching for the candles. On my search, I solved the wheel puzzle and find the crucible, and Tomo is there. Tomo says that they have been trying to figure out why the crucible has been producing rejected pearls. They have been trying to get reports on the process, but they don't know how to. Samsek's pipe is here, so I open it and he's happy to see Tomo. Tomo asks for them to be alone so they can catch up. I move on and... Okay, you remember when I said Solong was the bane of my existence? Well, I lied. This fucking part is. This shit took me nearly 2 hours to beat, and holy shit. I mean, it wasn't super hard, but there was so much parkour. And the overseer was all the way at the beginning, so if you died too many times, you had to completely restart. Which was made worse by the fact that some parts needed you to die before you even knew what to fucking do. Anyway, there are 2 different parkour challenges, and after each one, you get a report. The reports say nothing is wrong with the gloom water the pearls are made of, nor the crystallization of the gloom water, which was what Tomo was concerned about. Samsung determines that the crucible itself has decayed after running non-stop since the creation of the vessel, so he shuts it off. After shutting off the crucible, Samsung took a part from it and used it to give me my last upgrade. There's no digital place, I just get it. The upgrade allows me to use my hair legs on the gloom water. On my search, I stumble upon a place above the haven, the canopy, but I decide to come back here later after finding all the candles. I find the last serial numbers and use them to open a door in the vaults and find the sanctum of the sycophant. There are these wires here that drain my energy, which made the puzzles very interesting. But after that, I find the boss of this area, another fat ass. After beating him, I find the last candle and I bring them to the eye. I get a vision and walk out of the room up to the eye. She's alive this time. She's happy to see me. She looks up to the sky, saying we had our chance, but missed it. And now the vessel is dying, so she gives me her voice to save the heart. With the candles finished, I go back to the canopy. I climb up it to the top and find the library. Up here, there's a giant egg called the catalyst, spewing out gloom water. The librarian, Cassandra, says that the catalyst was meant to turn a whole planet habitable, but it cracked and lots of it is now drained out onto the vessel. The hand decided to try and use the gloom water coming out to create new pearls. It worked, but the pearls were imperfect and corrupt. I go down the elevator and find some more librarians to talk to. Genesis the Spine sent drones to attack the librarians. He hoped that the breath would do something, but she never did. Miko says they've all tried their best to be worthy of the knowledge I left by asking the pearls for guidance, but the pearls ignored them. I find a log left here. The log is a request made by a user named Ember. The request is for access to the precious samples. Ember left a comment saying that they didn't trust the machines, except for one, saying that when she comes back, it'll mean the dust has settled. I go down to the precious samples and deploy the bridge, but before I can cross, she interrupts me. He says that the coordinates are in there, and if I entered, the vessel will head to the habitable planet, and the machines will no longer have a use, and die. She says that he cannot let me leave, and must keep this place a secret. After the longest and hardest battle of the game, I defeat She. Right before I enter the room, the heart tremors, weakening me. Oh yeah, every single time that happened, it was the heart tremoring. I know I didn't explain it, but the game didn't make it very obvious either. I enter the room and find Ember, holding on to the coordinates. Atty takes my body and walks me down to the heart, as I did in the first ending. Kalia hears Atty and is glad to see her, saying the one thing that kept her going is the hope Atty would return. Atty gives the voices and the coordinates, so Kalia uses them to go to the Promised Land, so that she may finally rest.
Rest.
What is? Child? Oh shit! Oh. Spooky. Damn. Shit's fucked. Where the hell am I? Beach? Hmm. Huh?